Before this video starts, I would just like to say thank you all for 100 subscribers, my first milestone. I appreciate every single one of you for allowing me to grow. Now, on to the video. I'ma keep it real. Some things are just not meant for the 60-second video format, that is YouTube Shorts. Considering you only have 60 seconds, you can't really tell the full picture of a story in that amount of time. And one of the shorts I want to elaborate on is this one right here, the Naruto short. Out of the big three, One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto, my fondest memories are with Naruto. Why? Because I read Naruto for a school project, and here's how. For the start of freshman year, I made the decision that I was going to start a manga collection, something that I wanted to do for a little bit of time, and it was just something that I could sink my teeth into after the absolute disaster of a year that was 8th grade, which is honestly a video for another day. So I went to the closest Barnes & Noble near me, and you have to remember that this was circa 2019. Their manga selection was not nearly as big as it is now. But regardless, they had one, and I picked out a few books. If you want to know what my first ever manga was, quick rapid rundown: Dragon Ball Super Volume 1, Bleach Volumes 1 through 3 in the 3-in-1, Naruto Volumes 1 through 3 in the 3-in-1, a random Dragon Ball 3-in-1, and the first Dragon Ball Z Viz Big. When freshman year rolled around, I decided to take the Bleach 3-in-1 with me to read while I was at school, which makes it the first ever manga that I ever read! Yay! So the project was laid out, I want to say, after the first month or two of school starting back up. It was an assignment where you basically just had to read books for the whole year, check in with the teacher so that she's making sure that you're actually reading it, and then at the end of the year, you had to write an essay about what you read. Since no one else asked, I raised my hand and asked if we could read manga for this, of which she said yes, on the condition that it was very wordy. Now, if I was to do this assignment again, I probably would choose something like Death Note, or if you want to get outside of the shonen realm, something like 5 centimeters per second, but I don't know if that was out in English yet. Regardless, I probably would have chosen something like that. Anywho, she took us to the library to pick out a book to basically test out the whole project on, and I was like, what do they have in the library? Which they actually did have some manga. Very random selection, though. Like, they had what you would expect. They had some Dragon Ball and some other things that I can't remember, but the thing I ended up choosing was volume 22 of Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know why, that's just what stood out to me. Which, it's funny how I scored that, because I handed it to the teacher, I'm like, yo, is this wordy enough? She flipped to the literal one page where there was a bunch of speech bubbles, and she was like, yes, it is. Come to find out, yeah, that was the only page with that amount of speech bubbles. The rest of the book was very little dialogue, especially for a manga that's about a children's card game. So after reading it and coming to the conclusion that I'm gonna need something a lot longer, and since I was already reading Bleach at the time, I decided to read Naruto in the 3-in-1 format. And that was both a blessing and a curse, because while it had the necessary page count and the necessary word count, it was bogged back by the fact that the Viz 3-in-1s are so garbage. But honestly, that's a rant for another day. But regardless, I had my book of choice. How did it go with the teacher? Initially, every time that she was in that mode of constantly wanting you to talk to her to make sure that you were reading the book, she thought I was reading the same book for like a month straight, but then I told her no, that's not the case. The cover's been changing. They're just in a uniform format. Yeah, she wasn't very bright. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the English teachers I had weren't bright, but that's also another video for another day. Once we got past that confusion, though, everything went smoothly. I was reading Naruto, and since I already knew Naruto, no matter what, I always knew what was happening in the story and could actually pay attention. Unlike when it comes to reading real books. Unfortunately, though, things would take a turn for the worst, which is honestly weird considering all of this was leading to an essay, which I hate writing essays, but on something like this, I probably would like it. The turn came when the year turned from 2019 to 2020. I shouldn't have to explain it. Pretty sure YouTube hates the term as well, so you can leave it up to your imagination to figure out why school was shut down for the rest of the year. And since it was shut down for the rest of the year, there were two problems with that. The first being that I left one of the books in my locker, and since I couldn't get to it, that book was just stuck in my locker, and I was out here praying no one would steal it. Thankfully, though, that problem was solved for me when they gave me my stuff at the end of the year in a trash bag. Thanks. I really appreciate it. That about sums up what I feel about school. And the second issue was, of course, I never got to finish the series. Considering the rate I was going, I definitely would not have finished the entire series, but I would have finished part 1. And if you want to know how close I was 2 more omnibuses away. But no big deal, right? Anyway, I had my stuff back. It was all good. I set down the book on the ottoman, went to take a shower, came back, and it was... Thanks, Nala. I appreciate what you have done to my beloved freshman memories. I mean, I got it replaced a year ago, but yeah, that was honestly not a great feeling. And unfortunately, while my love for manga has only grown, there was never a project that was similar to that. After a year of online school and wanting to die, junior year had nothing, and senior year had honestly a little too much. In conclusion, was that the best school project I've ever done? Yeah, probably. But considering I never got to finish it, and it was all just for nothing, basically, that just goes to show that school is exactly what it is. A waste of time. In case you're wondering though, yes, I do still have the 3-in-1s. Here's a photo. I'll probably make a video later about my thoughts on that entire thing that Viz does. And if you want to see that and more videos like it, feel free to like this video and subscribe for more content. I hate having to say that at the end of every video, but it really does help the channel out. And if you made it to the end of the video, that also helps the channel out. But yeah, that's about all. Bye! What a tale, huh? That was pretty crazy. If I'm being honest, I haven't had much time lately, so it was good I had time to make this video. The shorts have been doing well lately, so thanks for that. I really appreciate it, and thank you again for 100 subscribers. Speaking of my videos, though, if you enjoy them, YouTube says you'll like this one as well. Let's see if you do. Thanks again, and bye again.